Raghu, you just made a big fat blunder and I'll prove it now. So behind the neck shoulder press is a terrible exercise from both perspectives, joint health optimization and muscle hypertrophy. So let's see what happened inside the joint when you perform behind the neck shoulder press. At first, your shoulder gets into abduction and then external rotation. Now, this is an invitation for nasty shoulder health when combined with consistent loading, even if it is slow, because this movement forces your joint to go under a closed pack position. Now, what is closed pack position? It is a position where your joint contact surfaces are maximum and hence you can't move much because of less mobility. Now, closed pack position is not always inherently bad since it is the most stable position, but you also have to see what resistance is trying to do. For example, during leg press, the resistance is trying to get you out of the closed pack position because it is trying to get your knees under flexion. However, during behind the neck shoulder press, the resistance is literally forcing you to go for the nasty closed pack position. Now, since there will be a constant movement, which means there will be a constant force application, and just like your muscle responds to force application, your bone respond too. And when bone respond, they develop something like osteophyte. Now, osteophyte is nothing, it's just an extra bone growth. And when this happens, you experience restricted range of motion followed by terrible pain. Moreover, there is something called as anterior capsule of glenohumeral joint. Now, this is a ligament, and this ligament happens to get a lot of unnecessary amount of stretch when you perform behind the neck shoulder press, and as a consequence, they may get stretched permanently and then it won't come back to its normal position again, and hence you will develop unstable shoulder for your entire life. Also, most people don't have 180 degree of shoulder flexion range, and unnecessarily forcing them will just create problems. Now, let's see whether behind the neck shoulder press is a great exercise for anterior and lateral deltoid as Mr. Raghu magically thinks of. So, this is your anterior deltoid fiber, this is your lateral deltoid, and this is your posterior deltoid. Now, watch it very closely. Whether you perform normal shoulder press or behind the neck shoulder press, if you can see, your anterior deltoid is something which is on the top, which means it is more in line with gravity or resistance. But your lateral deltoid is something which is not getting trained whatsoever. And in both the variation, normal shoulder press and behind the neck shoulder press, the involvement of your anterior deltoid is going to be more or less same. So, for the goal of training your anterior deltoid, it offers no unique benefit, and your side deltoid does not get any stimulus. Now, how should you perform your shoulder press? You should always perform your shoulder press in scapular plane. So, your scapula bone is not completely straight. It is slightly angled towards the front, and this is what we call scapular plane, which means moving in the plane of scapula. And this is the most natural position to load your shoulder. Now, to train your lateral deltoid, just stick to your normal lateral raises. Now, Mr. Raghu, I invite you for a live debate because you are the one who keeps calling out everybody and you think that you are an evidence-based professional. And recently you called out Mr. Shivam Dubey, your fitness stories, for something as stupid as time under tension, which is, by the way, not at all injurious to anyone, but you still called him out. So please, let's have a debate.